In the first two videos, we talked about what food sensitivities are and why they develop. And today I want to talk about a common question I hear in clinical practice. How do I actually figure out what foods are causing my symptoms? There are two main approaches. First, the elimination diet and food sensitivity testing. Each has a role to play, and in this video, I want to help you understand how they work and when each might be helpful. The elimination diet is typically considered the gold standard for food sensitivity evaluation. The basic idea here is that you remove common trigger foods for a period of time and then carefully reintroduce one food at a time and watch for reactions. This approach is highly individualized and allows you to learn exactly what is causing your symptoms. Also, there's no blood draw involved, there's no expensive lab testing, and it's a great way to get in touch with your body. This approach is especially helpful when food sensitivities often don't occur until 24, 48, or even 72 hours later. So the structure in the elimination diet is really helpful to identify which foods you're reacting to. When done thoughtfully, especially with careful reintroduction, the elimination diet can be an extremely powerful tool and give valuable insight. That said, elimination diets aren't easy. They can feel restrictive, they're time consuming, and they can be kind of overwhelming. And they may not be appropriate for every person or for every season of life. Food sensitivity testing is another tool that we can use sometimes to gain clarity as to what's causing our symptoms. Most panels measure IgA and IgG antibodies and can be done for a wide range of foods. Typically, this involves a blood draw or a finger stick blood spot card that you can do at home to test for immune system reactivity. Depending on the panel, this can check for dozens or even hundreds of foods all at one time. Importantly, these tests don't diagnose disease, nor do they replace clinical judgment, but when they're interpreted thoughtfully and in the right context, they can help guide an elimination plan and reduce the guesswork. One really important point here is that if a patient has a lot of gut inflammation or intestinal permeability, they may have a number of food sensitivities show up on their panel. That doesn't mean that all of those foods are harmful, and it usually doesn't mean that you have to avoid them forever. More often, it just means that the lining of the gut needs some support first. This is where people get stuck, not really understanding what the results indicate and how the results can change over time depending on how permeable the gut is at the time of testing. So how do you decide which approach is right for you? If you're on a budget or you prefer not to have a blood draw, then the elimination diet might be a great choice for you. This is especially true if you've had a recent GI illness or recent antibiotics, and we expect there is some degree of intestinal permeability. Just starting with a comprehensive elimination diet might be the best approach. Food sensitivity testing can be especially helpful if you have complex symptoms, or perhaps you've already tried an elimination diet without much success, or you're looking for some more tailored guidance as to where to start. In practice, I find that combining these two modalities lead to the best results. It's also important to mention that elimination diets and food sensitivity testing may not be appropriate for everyone. If you're pregnant, have a history of eating disorders, if you have unintentional weight loss, you're malnourished, or you have complex medical conditions, always work with a certified practitioner who can help guide you on a safe and proper elimination diet. So in the next video, we'll talk about one of the confusing situations I see when someone gets a report back and they have dozens of reactive foods. We'll talk about what this really means, and importantly, how to map out a plan for healing. So stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching.